The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Okay, everybody, how everybody's doing? Welcome to the weekly webinar, just like every Wednesday at the same hour. Sorry. My name is Neil Green. I'm here every week talking about the events that are taking place at the same week. We'd like to thank you very much, you guys that joined us last week on the webinar that we talked about. We did some technical trading, and then last time we talked about the bank decisions, and we had a big meeting. We could see the effect on the euro itself. All right, and today we're going to talk the NFP that's going to take place this Friday, every first Friday of the month. All right. As you probably know, every first Friday of the month, if you've been here on last webinars that we did on the NFP, every first Friday of the month we have the NFP, which stands for the non-farm payroll. It's the second most biggest event in the United States after the interest rate decision. Just want to do a technical check before we start. You guys on GoToWebinar, just want to see that you can hear my voice and see my screen. You're supposed to see our homepage at itrader.com, so just write me down on the chat window that everything fine before we start. Okay, write me down that you can hear me and see the screen before I start. I would like to welcome you guys on our homepage at itrader.com on Facebook, joining us today. So welcome. By the way, next time, if you want to join us through the GoToWebinar, then you will be able to ask questions, all right, and be part of the webinar. You're more than welcome. All you have to do is just go to our homepage here at itrader.com, scroll down a little bit. You can go through news to webinars or just on the homepage. If you go down here, you can see join our webinar, click on save me a seat, and then all you have to do is put in your first name, last name, and email address, okay, for you to register. Then we'll be able to contact you back. Of course, you'll be able to ask questions in between. I'm going to leave some time, you guys from GoToWebinar, I'm going to leave some time for a Q&A session for like 2-3 minutes at the end of the webinar. So if you have any further questions, anything you didn't understand, you would like me to clarify, I'll be more than happy to do so. I'm here for you, and I think it's time to start talk business, right? You guys on GoToWebinar, you can hear my voice. You see the screen? We good? Just want to know technically that we good before I start. Anyone has any technical problem? You see the chat window? Guys, if you have any questions, all right. So everybody can see the screen, right? Great. Okay, let's start. All right, trading the NFP. Okay, trading the NFP. NFP stands for non-farm payroll. Okay, this event takes place every first Friday of the month. The NFP actually is a mirror to the US. It's a job report. Gives us a mirror to what's going on in the United States. It's the most effective, okay, the strongest effective event that really affects the interest rate decision, and affects the whole US market, by the way, which is the strongest market. Now, the non-farm payroll, as you can see, will be published on Friday at 12:30 GMT time. You see that? 12:30 GMT time. So just make sure you know what time it is at your time. Okay. The NFP is considered the biggest trading event of the month. By the way, 12:30 GMT time is going to be 8:30 in the morning New York time, East Coast time, and the US market is going to be open 1 hour after that. So you can trade in 2 waves. Okay, at the beginning you can trade commodities, metal commodities, currencies, and so on. And then if you want to trade in the US stock market, you can start trading an hour after that. Okay, so the NFP is considered the biggest trading event of this month. We're entering September. It's going to be a month with a lot of events, but still the NFP is the strongest one. But this NFP could generate even more activity. We're going to talk about it in just a second. Higher trading activity could reflect stronger movement by major assets. For us, okay, when we trade in Forex, when we trade live trading, we need volatility, all right? And such an event is going to create a lot of volatility in the market. For us traders, Okay, when I trade, I look for events that causes high volatility in the market because it gives me a lot of trading opportunities. All right, volatilities equal opportunities. If we know how to identify and recognize where the market is going, this is a great opportunity for us to be profitable. Now, two main reasons why this NFP could become the most traded NFP this year. We're talking about 2017. I don't know if you remember at the beginning of the year, we talked about it on last webinars. We expected the Fed to raise interest rate 3 times this year. They did it 2 already. The first time in 11 years since the crisis in 2008. Interest rate went up at the beginning of the year from 0.75% to 1%, and then from 1% to 1.25%. So right now, interest rate in the United States stands on 1.25%. We expected the third hike. We don't know yet, okay? According to CME Group, there's a 40% there's going to be a third hike because of many other reasons. But the first reason for the importance of this NFP, the first reason is that the last jobs report before the Fed rate decision on September 20th. Now, let me explain. We have 8 interest rate decisions a year in the United States. We're talking about the US right now. 8 interest rate decisions a year, which means 1 month we have it, and then 1 month we don't have an interest rate decision, and then 2 months we have it. Now, half of them, 4 of these 8 decisions, is followed by a press conference 30 minutes after the interest rate decision. Okay, on September 20th, the next interest rate decision is going to take place at the same month of this NFP, which is going to take place this coming Friday on the September 1st. Okay, it's going to be the most effective event on the Fed, whether to raise interest rate or leave it the same way. Okay, so it's going to be very effective. Now, a good NFP could raise expectations for more rate hikes by the Federal Reserve, as you can see. Okay, we got it. Good NFP. Okay, if we have good NFP, which means more people are working, new payrolls, unemployment stays low, average hourly earnings is gonna go up, and if we look at the whole information, it's gonna come in exactly at 12:30 GMT time this coming Friday. Okay, and this is an event that you can trade a minute after the event or like seconds after the event. Now, a good NFP could raise expectations for more rate hikes, which is good for the US economy, good for the US dollar, and so on. The second reason is this NFP important is because Donald Trump. Okay, Donald Trump, everybody knows, he's the president of the United States. Jobs are Donald Trump's only support ticket so far. Now, the thing is, in the past NFPs, he had some good NFPs, okay? More payroll than expected, new payrolls than expected. Unemployment rate stayed very low at 4.4, 4.3%. Average hourly earnings went higher by 0.2, 0.3% each NFP every month. So it was good for Donald Trump because right now, he didn't make even one decision, okay, that went through the Congress. A lot of problems in the US with him, but still the market is still solid. It still goes up, still in a great shape. Jobs are Donald Trump, as we said, only support tickets so far. A weak report could weaken him and the dollar. So pay attention to this. These two things. One, we have the NFP in this coming Friday, the most effective one because of the interest rate decision on September 20th. And the other one is Donald Trump right now, that his only ticket right now is this jobs report, and he needs a good NFP on this coming Friday. Market outlook. Let's take a look at what's going on in the market right now. The US dollar is dropping on US political tension. Everybody knows what's going on with North Korea right now. Okay, a lot of tension with North Korea, a lot of things going on in the world right now. It's weakened the dollar. Can Trump deliver the tax reform? Listen, the guy was elected on November last year, and he's the president of the United States since January 20th of this year, 2017. He said two things. I'm going to cut taxes, which means more corporations and more people in the United States are going to have more money, more income available. And the other thing, he was talking about government spending and so on. He did nothing of that, okay? He wanted to cancel the Obamacare, if you remember, okay, to pay off this tax cut, but he didn't do so because it didn't go through Congress. So right now, Donald Trump has a lot of problems with Congress. Things are not going anywhere. So these questions are still open. He still has a lot of time. Okay, it's still his first year, a lot of time to fix it. But the US dollar right now is dropping because of the political tension with North Korea and so on. and the tax reform that Donald Trump was talking about still holds on somewhere there, and nothing really happens with it, etc. A lot of other reasons. Now, euro versus the dollar, for example, and gold are trading very high right now. When the euro is getting stronger, first of all, the dollar is getting weaker because of the tension and so on, and because of the fact that Donald Trump is not able to do what he promised. The other thing, the euro is getting stronger these days. I don't know if you know, but because of the printing money policy, Mario Draghi, the head of the European Central Bank, and the other members, they have decided a few months ago to cut, okay, the printing euros. Instead of printing 80 billion euros a month, they're printing right now 60 billion euros a month. Okay, so the euro versus the dollar is getting stronger because the euro, the major currency here, is getting stronger versus the secondary currency, which is the US dollar, that is getting weaker because of the reasons that we talked about. And gold is a metal commodity. Gold is a safe haven. Okay, as you probably know, gold is parking lot of all main currencies. When the US dollar is getting weaker, usually gold is getting stronger. They work in an opposite correlation, okay, and are trading very high on weaker dollar and market uncertainty. When we have uncertainty and tension in the market, the gold is getting stronger. Let me just show you that, all right? Let's open the MetaTrader. Okay, let's open the platform. This is the MetaTrader, as everybody knows. This is the euro versus the dollar on a daily chart. Okay, you see 1 day, which means that each candle that you see here represent 1 day. A green candle means that the euro got stronger in the same day, of course, and the red candle means the opposite, means that the US dollar got stronger versus the euro. As you can see, since the money printing policy, you see from the beginning of May, okay, the euro is getting stronger versus the US dollar. Main reason, as we said, euro is getting stronger because the European Central Bank is printing less euros, which makes the currency more demand for the currency. It makes it stronger. And the dollar is getting weaker because of the tension political reasons and because of the tax reform that didn't go through, and so on and so on. Taking a look at the dollar versus the Japanese yen, you're going to see daily chart, the dollar is getting weaker. And as we said, taking a look at gold, XAU versus USD daily chart, gold is getting stronger. Okay, it even broke here the resistance line. So gold is getting stronger when the dollar is getting weaker. All right, just wanted to show you this on the chart itself. All right. Now, another thing is the debt ceiling. Okay, debt ceiling is coming soon. At the end of September, I think it's going to be September 30th. Will Trump be able to push the ceiling higher in September? Listen, this is a huge thing. Nobody's talking about it, okay? But it is a huge, huge thing. What's going on right now is this. The United States of America has a debt ceiling of $20 trillion. Okay, they own the whole world. They own the Chinese, they own India, they own a lot of people, a lot of money. And because of the tax reform and so on, and a lot of things that Donald Trump wants to do, the debt will be even higher. Right now, it's over $19 trillion, and we're heading 20. 20 is the ceiling. Okay, 20 is the ceiling. Donald Trump, of course, want to push the ceiling up. Okay, to have more air, to have more space, to be able to do more things. But the thing is that the Congress is not going with him. He didn't even take, he didn't even, not even one decision of his made through Congress since he was elected and since he's the president on January 20th. So the debt ceiling is a big thing, and everybody asking, will the United States go bankrupt? Okay, it happened last time in 1917. All right, so we're talking about, actually it's funny because we're talking about exactly 100 years. Right now it's 2017. I didn't even think about it. 100 years since the last time that US went bankrupt. Okay, and if Congress are going to vote against pushing up the debt ceiling, there's going to be a huge problem for Donald Trump, a huge problem for the US economy. And we might see, this is a possibility. I'm not saying it's going to happen. They might push it higher. They may be going to do any other reform, okay, to take the debt down. But still, if they won't be able to do it, the US economy might go bankrupt. And that's for us as traders can create huge trading opportunities. But this is another thing. And this NFP just takes place at the same month. A lot of things going on in September. But US markets are still in good levels, okay? That could change if the NFP is weak. Now, if this NFP, this is a very important NFP, this non-farm payroll is going to be weak, this is might be a catastrophe. Depends on the of course on the debt ceiling for the U.S. economy. So pay attention to this. If you want to take a look at the US market right now, let's open the Dow Jones, Nasdaq, S&P 500, whatever. Okay, just take a look at the main indices in the United States. Let's take a look here, indices down here. Look at the Dow on a daily chart. You see, on a monthly chart, it looks pretty good. Highest point ever. US stock indices, okay, are very high right now, but still everybody waiting for this NFP, the interest rate decision on September 20th, and the vote for the debt ceiling. Will they push it higher or not at the end of September? So we're heading a lot of things, and we should pay attention to this. So as we said, US market still in good levels. That could be changed if NFP is weak. NFP numbers. Let's talk about numbers. Okay, let's get into business. The market is expecting around 180,000 new jobs. This is the number to beat for the NFP, 180 new jobs since the last NFP on August 4th, which was at the beginning, the first Friday of August. Wage growth is expected to rise by 0.2% from last month. Unemployment steady at 4.3%. Now, traders should focus on the first two numbers because unemployment is very low right now. If it's going to be 4.4, 4.2, okay, less than 5% unemployment means more than 95% out of the Americans that can work are working, which is great. It's full capacity, they're working. Looks like great shape, but again, wage growth might be the deal, the tiebreaker. Point two, NFP is expected to be 180,000 new jobs. Okay, pay attention to these numbers. These are the numbers to beat. Of course, no news is good news, which means if the results are going to be the same or very close to what is expected, it's going to be. It means that it's good. And let's take a look. You know what? I want to do something with you. Look at this. This is, you can go to investing.com Forex Factory. Where do you find it? Let's go to Forex Factory. You see September 1st. Okay, here it's 1 hour, it's GMT plus 1. Anyhow, GMT is going to be 12:30. You see USD. We have the non-farm payroll. We have the unemployment rate, as I showed you, and we have the average hourly earnings. Numbers to beat: 180, 4.3%, and 0.2. Okay, let's see what happened last time when we had the NFP. Last time it was on August, we said 4th, right? August 4th. So let's go to August 4th, apply. Check the numbers and check the reaction of the market. By the way, you guys on Facebook, last NFP, I did a breakthrough. So you can go to our homepage at itrade.com on Facebook and just listen to the last NFP and watch it live. Okay, hopefully I'll be able to do it this time as well, but you can go to our homepage on Facebook at itrader.com and watch the NFP live last time, how we looked at it. By the way, the numbers. The number to beat, the NFP expected was 182,000 new jobs, and the number was 209, right? The average hourly earnings was expected to be 0.3, was the same. Unemployment rate was expected to be 4.3% as expected, which means these two numbers stayed the same. Unemployment was as expected. The average hourly earnings, okay, right now we expect 0.2%. A month ago it was 0.3% up, and that was the real result. Now, the forecast of the NFP was 182,000 new jobs, and the actual numbers was 209. Okay, so we would expect the dollar to get stronger and the gold to get weaker. Okay, going to the market, we're going, sorry, let's open the MetaTrader just to show you what really happened. Okay, now let's take a look at the euro versus the dollar, for example. You know, let's make it easier. The dollar versus the Japanese yen, because here the dollar is a major currency. Then you're gonna see if it went up. So let's go daily. You know what? Let's take a 1 hour chart, or even 30 minutes. Okay, so August 4th, going backwards just a little bit to show you this. This is the NFP, you see? All right, so the dollar got stronger. NFP expected 182,000 new jobs, okay? And it went up in, this is a half an hour, 30-minute chart, which means that each candle that you see here represents 30 minutes. 1 hour, in 2 hours, okay? In 2 hours, price went up from 110 all the way up here to closing price dollar versus the Japan 111, around 100 pips. Okay, this is huge potential for you guys. So this is one thing. Gold did the opposite. Here is the NFP. No, it's not the NFP. It's June. Let's go. Oh, this is June. No, we want to go and check August 4th. Let's go to August 4th. We check gold. This is the NFP. So gold went down. You see the opposite correlation? US dollar got stronger, gold got weaker. Okay? NFP was better than expected. Unemployment was as expected. Average hourly earnings 0.3 as expected. And the dollar got stronger. So we have to pay attention to all three numbers, and that's it. Okay, let's go back to the PowerPoint. So these are the numbers to beat. A good versus bad. A good NFP could generate more expectations from the Fed for interest rate hike. A bad NFP could generate more market volatility, of course. All right. If it's going to be a bad NFP, the market might go crazy. And for us, it's trading opportunities because as Forex traders, we look for volatility. A good NFP would also provide some support to Trump. Okay. And a bad NFP would put Trump in a problem before the debt ceiling issue that we talked about at the end of this month. That's it. And of course, good luck, guys. Any questions? Anything you would like me to clarify? This is the time. Ask me. You guys on GoToWebinar, you have a chat window. More than welcome to write me down. You guys on Facebook, if you didn't join us on GoToWebinar, I don't know why yet, but you can write us a comment, okay? By the way, you can email me, okay? I would like to thank you for all the emails I'm receiving during the week, trying to answer all of them, but not a lot of time. Guys, any questions? Anything you would like me to clarify? By the way, if you have any questions during the week, more than welcome to contact your account managers, okay, and ask. And great. Okay, you're welcome. Okay, yes, thank you. Okay, guys, you're welcome. More than happy here every Wednesday to give you. And I'm gonna be here next Wednesday. September is gonna be great. Next week. I'm sorry, next Wednesday. I'm gonna do a webinar talking about all the events that are gonna take place in September. Okay, usually September, October, and November are the best month to trade during the year. Okay, we're gonna talk about all the events of the September. And that's it. I'm going to be here next Wednesday, just like every week. Thank you very much for participating, and have a great one. Bye-bye.